Welcome to the story of Robert E. Lee. Robert E. Lee was born on Stratford Hall Plantation in Westmoreland County, Virginia. Lee's father, General Light Horse Harry Lee, was a famous general during the American Revolution. A lesser known fact is that Lee is also related to Helen Keller. As a young man, Robert E. Lee entered the U.S. Military Academy at West Point in 1825. In 1828, he graduated second out of 46 in his class. Lee married a woman by the name of Mary Ann Randolph Curtis, who was the great-granddaughter of First Lady Martha Washington. They had 7 children. Lee distinguished himself in the Mexican-American War and received several promotions in rank. In the 1850s, he briefly served as the superintendent of West Point and then went on to become commander in the 2nd U.S. Cavalry. In 1859, Lee took part in a major event leading up to the Civil War. A radical abolitionist named John Brown led a raid on an arsenal in Harper's Ferry, Virginia. Lee was sent with his troops to help end the uprising. Robert E. Lee vigorously opposed slavery and made this statement: "There are few, I believe, in this enlightened age who will not acknowledge that slavery as an institution is a moral and political evil." Interestingly, when the Civil War started, Robert E. Lee was offered the command of the Union forces, but after his home state, Virginia, seceded, he resigned from the U.S. Army and joined with the Confederates. He was extremely loyal to the state of Virginia. In 1862, after General Joseph Johnston was wounded, Lee was assigned command of the Confederate Army. Lee went on to win the 7 Days battles. Lee went on to be involved in many battles throughout the Civil War. Some of these included the Second Battle of Bull Run, the Battle of Fredericksburg, and the Battle of Chancellorsville. The Battle of Chancellorsville, Virginia, was considered Lee's greatest victory. The turning point of the Civil War came at the Battle of Gettysburg. This battle was a costly defeat for Lee and his army. After Gettysburg, Lee was mostly on the run. On April 9th, 1865, dressed in his finest uniform, General Lee met with General Grant in Appomattox Courthouse, Virginia, and surrendered. In 1865, Lee accepted a position as president of Washington and Lee University in Lexington, Virginia. As president of Washington and Lee University, Lee helped bring the school up to a very high standard of education. Lee also set an example for the South, working hard to rebuild. He supported Reconstruction. On October 12, 1870, Robert E. Lee died. He is buried in the chapel on the campus of Washington and Lee University in Lexington, Virginia.